Here we are, sitting by the river every day. The seniors lounge, the parents swim, and the children come to play. But all those folks, they have a need, it's clear just from their faces. They need to have their float tank questions answered on a daily basis. That's why there's daily solutions. That's why there's daily solutions.
All right.
Welcome, everybody.
I am Graham.
And I am Ashkahn.
And today's question is, should we have a policy regarding no floating on the day you start your period? I've seen other centers that prohibit floating for females on the day they start their periods. Is this necessary? Well, it probably makes more sense than females and males.
So what's the concern here? Is it just it's a sanitation concern for the float tank, right? There's no like health concern for a woman.
There's the only thing that I've heard is about the kind of stinging in the nether regions.
Yeah, but
can be influenced by your menstrual cycle.
I haven't heard of that like correlated with like specifically people starting their period or anything.
Well, I mean maybe not like the first. I don't know about that. I don't know. I know that the period cycle in general can be related to some more pH discomfort related to the water.
All right. Well, maybe there's some like murky information in there that no one seems to know.
The point is that's not why the centers are putting this on there.
They're putting it on there for sanitation.
They're putting it on there
reasons.
for sanitation reasons.
Yeah.
They're afraid about blood getting in their float tank.
I think it's silly. I don't think it's a necessary requirement.
And that's not a necessary requirement for going in a hot tub or a swimming pool, right?
And there's a couple reasons. One, they make like waterproof tampons and stuff like that people can put in if they were to go swimming or whatever. You know, we just have some in our shop in case people need them.
Mm-hmm.
But you know that's like a good solution. And even if you were to get menstrual blood or whatever in your float tank, it's not very likely that that's going to get anyone sick.
Yeah, in general, any bloodborne illness is not going to survive contact with even regular water.
Yeah,
right?
if you look at this, the CDC is like a guideline for kind of contamination in pools. And one of the things they mentioned in there is that if you were to get blood in a pool, they basically require no action. They say nothing needs to be done because it's just not, they haven't really found it a way of very effectively communicating diseases.
Yeah, basically the stuff that can survive in your blood and bloodborne illness is designed really to survive in your blood. So if it gets mixed with water or anything else, it's kind of totally deactivates it and doesn't make it infectious anymore for those. At least, again, that seems to be the case for any bloodborne illness the CDC is worried about communicating.
And your filter should be able to filter stuff out, so it's not like it's going to be gross in the float tank for the next person or anything like that.
So although thinking about it is maybe a little weird, or you're like, is that just like blood getting in my water or something? It's like ultimately, even if it is, it's not concerning.
So I think it's silly. I don't think it should be something that float centers stop people from doing.
No, and to trace back how this stuff happens too, we see it all the time. You know, there's only so many float centers that are out there when you're new and coming up. Exactly like the person who sent in this question did. They look at other float centers and what they're putting on their waivers.
Yep.
And probably this center who put that on their waiver saw it somewhere else that someone else just decided to put on their waiver, and who knows where that came from. And there's this copycat thing that goes down the line where, and every time you're just like, well, I don't know. I'm not an expert in this, so I guess I'll take the safe decision and include it, because including more items on the waiver is at least safer than potentially not including them and something going wrong, right? So it's people copying and doing it out of this sense of wanting to feel safe because someone else thought there was a concern there. We don't think there's a concern.
Nor have we had any problems with it over the years.
Also, no one's going to uphold a case in court if you come and sue us for bad advice. Just so you guys know. Like, you can't, just because it's our opinion. Like, if you try to tell a judge that you took the advice of us and then you play the intros for them that we do, they'll be like, this is obviously a comedy show. Yeah. So, don't come back and complain about our bad answers. But,
there's your bad answer for today. I don't I don't. We've never stopped it. I think it's silly to put on there. I just think it's a concern without any actual potential downside that could happen. There's no reason to stop people from floating.
Yeah, and usually how we phrase it, or I see centers phrase it, is if you would feel comfortable going into a hot tub or a swimming pool or something like that, you should feel comfortable getting in the float tank with the same kind of protocols, I guess.
Cool. That's it.
Just a couple of guys talking about the menstrual cycle.
Yeah, with a lot of confidence and expertise.
So, if you have any other questions, head on over to floattanksolutions.com/
podcast. Put them in there. We'll read them. We'll answer them just like we did today.
Same level of diligence and quality. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Have a good one.